Hi, everybody. Hi,
Hello.
Carla. Hi, Kristen.
Hi
Hello.
guys.
Oh, we're so excited to have you just kind of bop in with us, Kristen, and talk about the subject, which I didn't tell anybody about, was really the tools of our trade. What do we use and what do we have around us when we are doing readings or oracle readings or sound baths or whatever? I thought that'd be fine. Hi, Sierra. How are you? Hi, Kate.
Hey, Kate.
So, Uh, yeah, we got all these people jumping on. It's great. Hi, Wendy.
Cool. Yay. It's so good to see everybody.
I thought that would be fun, but first we'll do a little housekeeping. Um, let's see. Tomorrow, Carla and I are going to be doing an hour. Kristen, you can always jump in on those. We do free readings for an hour. That's going to be
Cool.
tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, same time as now. Friday, I'll be doing an hour in the morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And Kristen will be on Friday evenings, as she always is. And we need you guys to follow her. And so, Kristen, can you give everybody just a couple minutes of what you do on Fridays?
Sure. Yeah. So the goal is really to just create sacred space for everybody to just decompress the week and develop a consistent weekly routine where we're like, all right, we're going to set everything aside. This is my time to chill. This is my time to realign and just breathe into my body, reset the nervous system. And it's just extreme self-care.
And we need that. And I thought it was perfect that you were doing it on Fridays to set everybody up for the weekends. And then if you guys come on Psychic Fixes Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., Carla will be on there doing her grounding. This is a chance for you guys to learn. Um, Kristen can show you. We're going to show you tonight all of Kristen's, apothecary and all the stuff that she has. But but it's also we have Kathy Milanowski who comes on first Tuesday of every month. She's teaching free Reiki, you guys.
Oh, that's so
She's
cool.
teaching you all this wonderful stuff, and she is a master Reiki teacher. It's just amazing. And we have Lady T on Tuesdays. She will be doing tomorrow morning, talking about dreams. And I had somebody come in, one of our viewers, that asked me about dreams. I said, send it in. She will tell you all about it on Tuesday mornings. It's amazing. So, and we're going to be welcoming more practitioners on to be on during the weeks, all different kinds of time zones, so that we can have a lot of fun and also teach you stuff and give you all the help that we can. We've been doing that all year in this hard year, and we're so happy to help. Um, Kate said your clocks went forward or so 2 weeks.
Yeah.
An hour earlier. Yes, we did. Well, depending on where you live, if you're in Arizona, you have the same time. We voted in California to get rid of the daylight savings time. And there's another state also, but it has to be okayed by the federal government. And they have yet to do that. So we're still waiting. Yeah. And
That's so cool.
in my house, I have well over 200 clocks. And so
So that's a busy day for you.
well, we don't. I told him a long time ago that he couldn't have all of them going because it was like put me away because everything was going. We're all there are some cuckoos, but most of them are the big chimers.
Mhm.
And oh my gosh! And no, I said you cannot. And people come into my house and they go, what time is it? I said, don't rely on anything but the atomic clock and and the ones in the
Mhm.
kitchen that I set. You don't look at
The
the
microwave.
antiques.
Just look
The
at the
microwave
microwave.
and the oven. That's right. I have really young clocks, like I have like a coffee pot and it's a clock. And so mine tend to be really young, but my husband has anything, they're vintage, all the way to antiques. And so a lot of them in the mid 1800s. And they're so beautiful, and a lot of French clocks, porcelain clocks. And so, and since he knows how to fix them and everything, most of them work, but winding them is hard. He's got arthritis. It's hard to wind them,
Mm.
but they're so beautiful and they're fun. And I've got, we have 5, I think, grandfather clocks. We did get rid of one, and grandmother clocks. And so I have like a junior one over here, but you can't see it. And then I have another one back here that sets. But anyway, that is not what I keep around to keep the good energy in and the bad stuff and the dark stuff away. So I thought it would be fun if we talked about all of this. You guys saw Carla light her Palo Santo, which, of course, I don't know where mine is, but I don't light it in my house. But boy, do I use it outside with the sage and all that stuff I do. But we do see you do that before you kind of start the show. Carla,
Yeah.
you want to tell everybody why?
Well, I just clear the energies from throughout my day. I didn't have very much time to do like some major grounding before the show, but I like to at least clear the energies that are around. Say a prayer for a peaceful and loving show, a show that's able to, it's just an opening prayer, so we can help those that look for answers, even when we don't realize we're giving answers. Sometimes that's something that we do. There comes healing from either the noise, our voice, the sounds, the bells, the Palo Santo. Sometimes people need that and just don't have that on them. So I like to send that energy out to those that that need it. And it's a thanking spirits, our spirit guides, our ancestors, our elders, all those people, the archangels for always guiding us, and we like to just clear the stage and make things happen. Good stuff.
I know that I ask for them to clear my sphere, and I always do that. And before I do readings for the day, I always do that. But I've been watching orbs around me. It's so funny. We had I think the free reading one on Friday went insane. I want to go back and watch it because they were shooting everywhere, dropping down, going up, doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh my
And
God.
so we're, when I ask them to clear the sphere and take the negative energy to where it does no harm, and I explained that to everybody, and I said the reason being is that I see a lot of practitioners, they go, and a lot of the healers, and they'll discharge the disease into the earth, they'll discharge it into another dimension. And I had a friend go up to Mount Shasta and take this class and come back and be so excited about it. And then he says, yes, we're pulling out the disease and putting it in another dimension. I said, hold on. What? I said, do you
Yeah.
know what beings are in the other? You can't take your trash and throw it into somebody else's world.
Yeah.
And so I always say, let the angelic, so let the other side take it where it does no harm. And so when I clear my space, and then that's when, especially if I've opened up and I'm letting other spirits come in to help me that are connected to the person to do their reading and stuff. Then all kinds of stuff happens. But it's so funny that the things will fly all around, and I got to stop watching myself. I'm like,
Wow.
what? Where'd
Yeah.
that thing just go?
Yeah.
Stuff
Well,
like
I
that.
think it's the same thing too. Like they say when we do healings, like Reiki, or with the power of your hands, the healing of your hands. I see some practitioners where they, well, I was told when I was in the school, whenever you heal somebody from that, what you do is you can't just clear it from the side, because somebody may walk next to you and you may get that, that you may be passing that illness or that lower vibrational energy to that person walking by. So you gotta I always throw it in my cauldron that I always keep to the right or to the left of me. Today it's to the left, but because I have no intention on using it. But you know what I mean? I always put it in my cauldron, and then I handle it from there. But most of the time, as practitioners, we have to be careful. You're absolutely right. Where do we send it? Where does it go from here? I mean, because that energy could carry on into the next person that walks in the room or walks by or wherever else. So, yeah.
I want to say hello to Michaela Jones. She's brand new. And we want to say hi. She said she found us. I love that.
Cool.
I think you're right on that. Kristen, did you want to chime in on, if you have negative energy or doing a healing, what do you do?
Sure. Well, so I have something very similar. We keep ancestor water on our altar here. My daughter's really great at constantly making sure that it's like there's like stuff on the altar. She's amazing about it. It's wonderful. But
she's amazing.
I know
she looks just like you. She's just gorgeous little girl.
Yeah, she's a good baby. I'm really proud of her. But I do think that there's just
can you tell everybody what ancestor water is?
Yeah. Sure. So for me, and I really kind of just do what I can't really speak to other practices or too in depth with Santeria, but that is something that I learned. I later in life really reconnected with my roots. My father was from Puerto Rico, and I really didn't have any connection to that side of my family for a very long time. So, and he died when I was 12. So I really, in an attempt to try and connect, I really studied the Taino, which is the indigenous to the Caribbean religions, which includes also Espiritismo, which is mediumship, interestingly, and also Santeria. And in Santeria, they will put water on the altar for ancestors, those that are known and also unknown. And that also, I think, affords my family a level of protection with an ancestral protection. But I'll also use I'll use bells or tools. I've got all sorts of sound instruments and of course incense. And one of the more advanced practices that I have been doing lately, because it is very important, I feel, to be a responsible alchemist when you are working with energy, to not be just polluting the atmosphere around you, taking in the good and just projecting the bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially when you come to a level of understanding, it's really important to acknowledge the power that you have within you to transmute that energy, to take the element of gold within any circumstance or situation or whatever's rising up within you. And usually it's gratitude is the first thing I reach out to really raise the vibration. And from there, and it took, when I first heard of this practice, I was like, I don't know that I can do this, be willing to sit with the bad stuff and transmute it. And it's in my heart space that I'll do this. I'll really just allow it to just transmute that energy. And I just put out unconditional love. And it's very counterintuitive to what people normally do. They're like, I take in the good and I put out the bad. But when you can kind of reverse that process, it allows you, it's very empowering because you are able to really understand how much control you do have in your own personal perspective and your environment. And you can walk through the world, and as you see things, you don't really necessarily have to be in as much fear anymore. You can say, you know what, I've sat with hatred before and I've transmuted it, and I have just returned with unconditional love and beauty. And so I don't need to be afraid of this. I know, and it is kind of an advanced practice, but that is something that I've been spending a lot of time doing lately. And I think,
love that.
Yeah, it affords a level of protection for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, when it comes to protection, I have a couple of things. One, I keep black tourmaline, this big chunk. And I used to have a little one. I shut my laptops and put it on there like, don't mess with my laptop, So I do keep the black tourmaline around. And but I have my rose water, which you guys can get at an international market. And I just do this. I keep it in a little bowl that I can dip my fingertips in when I'm working with my cards and stuff, and if I need a little moisture. But it smells so good too. I love rose water. But Kristen, you might recognize this.
Oh yeah, baby. I got mine over here.
We have matching ones. I watched your show. I love your show, and especially the singing bowls. And I've got to get one. And I do have this too as well because I believe you might have that little one with the fish on it. Do you have that one?
Nope, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I don't.
I've got that one too.
I did get a new one today. I got these chimes in.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that sounds great.
I know. I know.
Can you tell us? I know that I would ring a bell. A lot of times, if I have to clear the space out or the house, I'll clap up the corners. I've got lots of stuff. Spray the holy water, all of that. But I'll use a bell. Sometimes they don't like that. What do you use the chimes and the bells for, Kristen?
Well, you can actually, I've heard of them being used in a lot of different ways, especially to identify places within the body that might need healing, chakras that might need aligning. But I'll just do it's like just my cheater moment when I want to clear the air or clear the cards or energetically just clear the space. One of actually the most powerful tools that I've been working with just today and really kind of harnessing the energy is the power of my own voice, the power of my own words. And I think a lot of people, I just have been really kind of focusing on myself as an instrument. And people don't realize how much power there is in their own voice. And that's a big deal too.
I tell everybody to speak it. Speak it into being is one way that you can manifest. And I met this girl and she won the lottery. And she says, let me tell you how I won it. And I recorded her. I was listening to it the other day. She said, I spoke it into being.
That's beautiful.
And she did. She's like, God, and I'm going to speak it, that I'm going to win it. And she wasn't going to go get the ticket because the kids are like, let's go get the ticket. The lottery's big or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. Okay, get in the car. They go down to the grocery store and she goes, I don't have the money. I only have back in the day, you got $20. That's groceries, honey.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a lottery ticket. And so she's like, I can't because I'm not going to break this, and so they got, and the daughter said, here's $2 for you or whatever. She went over and she bought whatever she could. And she went home and forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then when she did do it, she was a winner of millions. And so it's like, what?
Yeah.
But she said, on the tape I have of her, she just said, I spoke it into being. And so one of the ways that I manifest is commanding energy. Universe, I want. And I say it out loud. If you can, you speak it out loud. And I'm not going to go into the story why, but sometimes when you're communicating with the other side, some of them can read your mind if you don't speak it, and some can't. So go ahead and speak it, because that energy and your voice and your words go out forever. Yeah. It never ends. It travels the universe. So we are working with the universe and the energies and the law of attraction. We're going to want to command that energy. And so we have the sound, and I like the sound. It can be pleasant for the meditation and all of that, especially the wind chimes. Mm-hmm. But if I want to clear something, boy, I'm just like, who else I could do it? Like, get out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have an entity, you can also tell it to go. And a lot of people, will be like, like you're speaking to someone and you want them out, get out. And so when they were bamming on my door every night at 3 a.m. to wake me up, that's when I just screamed at them. Stop it. Stop doing that. That 3 times at 3 a.m. You stop it now. And don't you ever let it happen again. And it never has. They'll go 4 times, knock, 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 but no big giant 3 bams.
Yeah.
And because I had it. So that worked. So there's a lot of, it's so important. I'm so glad you brought that up, Kristen, that we can use our voice and our body. Carla, did you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, that's pretty much about it. I mean, anything, they say bells, kind of push them away, clears energy, clapping is another big one.
Yep.
Burning sage, Palo Santo, that kind of thing. All that. It depends on, or you can just tell them like with your voice, you got to go. I don't know where you go, but you can't stay here. That kind of thing, you got to leave. I think a lot of times too, calling on your spirit guides, those kind of things. Nana just doesn't tolerate any BS. So she'll just be like, you've got to go, that kind of thing. But other than that,
Nana.
Yeah.
She's like quiet.
You better tell Nana we have some new people who Nana is.
Yeah, she doesn't. Nana is my grandmother and she's my spirit guide. She came to me probably about 3 years ago, maybe. She passed away about 7 or 8 years ago, but she's always been around, but she comes to me and my sister in her dreams. She comes to my sister all the time in her dreams. And she's always cooking, that kind of thing. So I see her because my daughter lives in her house. So I see her a lot, in the kitchen, she's cooking and I go see, my daughter and the grandkids. And I look to the right, and she's like in the kitchen cooking. And I don't really tell my daughter because I don't want her to get, I mean, she knows. She's like, oh, I know she's here. My daughter Valerie says, oh, I know she's here. But it's just one of those things where she's just one of those that's a very big helper. She is very much into thriving, helping people thrive because she, as she would put it, how she suffered early on in her life because they were poor. I mean, she was born in like 1920. So, I mean, she's seen it all. So she's my spirit guide and she comes to me. Well, she's always with me, but she'll go to anybody. She'll help anybody. That's why I tell people, if you see a short little Hispanic looking lady with her up to, that's Nana. If you sense her, that's her. And she'll help you with anything. Call on her. She's here to help everybody. She's just very, but if you want her help, you have to listen to her. You have to keep in mind that, she'll guide you in the best way she possibly can, for your best and, your best and greatest and highest good. So, yeah.
So if you guys want to see Nana, you just have to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. with Carla.
Yeah, she's real big. Yeah, she's real big. She loves Carlos. She loves Debbie. She loves everybody. Kristen. She's just like, oh, she just loves everybody. She's so cool. She's helped Carlos with his credit, everything. I mean, she's like,
oh, I know. Like it bumped up his credit score.
Yeah, mine like
right on.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I really need help with this because I was really big for her when she was alive. It's just like she's like, I mean, she wasn't rich, but she wasn't poor. But every dollar she had, she's just like. She always had $20 in her wallet. She's like, if anybody needed money, she's like, oh, here, take it. I have bread and milk and, and potatoes. I have all that. Here, you need gas money. She was always like that. She always had $20 stashed in her wallet just in case like one of us needed something.
I'm laughing because my grandmother had hers in the bra.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Right. I don't know how long it's been in there.
Yeah, but it's something where they come out of pocket even when they don't have, or she'd go to the grocery store and here, I brought you some potatoes. They were on sale. So I bought like one for everybody. I mean, food was like treasure. Money was
yes.
a necessity.
Oh, yeah.
But food was treasure because she would say, nobody's angry when their stomach is full or nobody ever feels, you know what I mean? It's like the world is a different place with a full stomach. That's what she would say.
Yeah.
The world is a different place
when they're satisfied.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, but she's right. You know, and I learned that during COVID when you couldn't get eggs, and that I eat a lot of eggs, and I had cradled an egg, and
Yeah.
you know, walked into the kitchen and it fell and broke, and I cried. I
Yeah.
was like, that egg was precious. So
Absolutely.
there is my, you know, lesson, you
Yeah.
know, that I got.
Absolutely.
But I want to show you my fairy crystal. Let's see if I can. This is a Herkimer diamond. It's pretty
Oh,
big,
it's
but it's full
beautiful.
of fairy dust, and it's so
Thank
neat.
you.
I should get that. It's got a little copper, even though it's silver clad. Um, it's really, oh, like really neat. It's got a lot of fairy stuff in it going. I call it
Wow.
fairy dust. So Herkimer diamonds, you get them in New York. And I
Yeah.
just, you know, got it back in the day, and it's wrapped really neat. And I love to have this around. I love it. And you know, you can use it as a pendulum or anything like that. But I do love my crystals in my glass. And I just picked these up. So I wanted to show you. So
Oh, those
Ooh.
are pretty. That's
they were
chocolate.
so
Yeah.
inexpensive on Amazon. They were $10 and something for two, and they're really long, and they have hoops and rings at the top.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do with these is I have sacred space outside in my garden, and I had a guardian and also metaphysical. I had an entity as a guardian, and then I had put uh, keys up in the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put crosses and I put crystals. And then I have all my stuff out there. Well, we had a big tree had to come down up on the hill, and they rammed that tree, pulling the branches through my area. So I lost almost everything that was
No.
hanging in the tree. So I went and I had everything cut up because a lot of times if people came to my house, they go, "It's so good because the vines are everywhere and everything's overgrown and this, that, and the other." But when you do spiritual work or metaphysical work, even though that's really cool, you have to clear it out.
Mm-hmm.
We do have to take that time where we clear it out, and then we can, as I say, clear and cleanse, bless, and ward. And so I said, okay, I've saved some. I go to thrift stores and get chandelier prisms and stuff.
Oh.
And so I've got a bowl of this stuff, and then I'm going to add this. But I do have the keys, and I do want to get some crosses, and I will dedicate that space, and I will put in everything up in my tree. I put a glass table underneath and a bird bath full of thyme. Fresh thyme is growing in it.
Oh,
And
Mm.
wow.
so I'll be able to go in and use that area that, you know, everything went through. I had all these people walking through and my sacred space. So we don't really want to have it disturbed like that.
Mm.
So,
No.
so I'm going to be doing that, probably going to do a video on it as, you know, as well. And I have this one little story that I had my mentor visiting me from another state and country. And she came over, and then she was talking to someone, and she came back and said that, "Oh, you have a guardian there." And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, well, he said I could come in." I was like, "That's
Uh-huh.
fine. That's fine."
Uh-huh.
So, and you guys, Zoe Soul is going to be on Monday. And if you want to have fairies in your garden, I want you to come with all your questions. Zoe grew up with fairies. She knows their language. I'm going to ask her to sing. She has a Celtic woman voice.
That's
She's
Mm.
so cool.
fabulous. She's fabulous. But she will, I had her over and she was drumming and she was singing Celtic Woman. And it was like my neighbors thought it was me. I'm like, I know. But
Did not.
darn
You
it.
did not take credit
If
for that,
I
Debbie
know,
Duncan.
I wish they wouldn't have asked me, right? But the acoustics outside, it was just operatic, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful voice. And then she was singing the fairy language, and then flipped the switch. It went dark. I
Uh-oh.
had people leave. They were
Oh.
like, "Oh my gosh!" Because you guys, do you think they're all Tinkerbell and everything's wonderful, they're a little mischievous, and there's
Yeah.
different
Sure.
kinds. And
Yeah.
so the language went
Yeah.
dark, and I'm hoping that she demonstrates the language. Well, she will. She's gonna do it, but she's gonna have a class on fairies on the Fae, and it's I have posted the information.
Okay.
So, I mean, she works with them. She knows them. She knows what they look like. So you can come on Monday and talk about that. I have not invited them into my garden. Because I go, really, if they're mischievous and they do things, ha 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 ha, do I
Yeah.
want that? I don't need that.
I don't know
really
if I.
don't. So
Hmm.
anyway, that'll be a lot of fun.
That would be
So
interesting.
I
though.
have my space out there, but just wanted to. I'm looking around to see some of the things that I have that I like to keep. Is a friend of the family made the painted rock. You know these painted
Oh,
rocks, you
I
guys.
like those.
And it's really, I've got bright light here, but it's just a beautiful pink and blue and everything. And I guess like a mandala or something.
I was gonna say looks
And
like a beautiful mandala.
I just think so. When you get an item, you can clear it out. You can just clear it out. People do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to bury it in salt, and I'm going to put it in water under the moon, and I'm going to put it out in the moon. That's fine. Whatever you want to do, as long as you check the rock or the paint isn't going to go away.
Right.
I do not like people. They want to do selenite stuff, and I go, yep, leave it alone. Just a little white light. Little white light because it'll dissolve. But I love this. It really, I feel like bumps up the energy. Whatever that you have that bumps up the energy is really good. And you see color behind me. I've got a spirit trumpet. I have crystal balls. I have candles. I do have one crazy thing that I've shown before because I love him. I just love him. But I have my monkey. I do. I have my monkey reading a book.
Cute.
I let him have a turquoise necklace this time. Turquoise.
What's his name?
I don't have a name. We should have a contest. He's very heavy. He's like very, very heavy. You can know he's hollow, but he's so thick and heavy. But he's got his tail is the candle
Oh my
holder.
gosh,
That's
amazing.
cool.
Thrift stores down here are crazy, but they get everything, and I fell in love with them. And I have the green candle for wealth, money and wealth and prosperity, and I put the green color on my lamp because I can do that any color. And we want to be around what we want to draw in, and the color. I'm gonna do a color breathing class. Color can be used and it's powerful, and you guys should use it. So for me, green would be, you could do it for the earth or whatever, especially if you're trying to heal the earth. I like blue for healing, but green to me is money. I tell people put it out and
Healing money. Healing money.
Healing money. So I have a lot.
Those are words you don't hear together very often.
Healing.
You
money.
heal your finances.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of people that are having difficulties, and I go, look, you can go to the search engine and put free healing list, and what you're healing, ask them to heal your finances. Okay. And free prayer list. And I say, don't pay for any of this stuff. It's free. There's people out there. There's a great healer, physical healer. His name is Tomas. And if you put free healing list, he's going to come up. And there's a group also that heals. So physical healing, relationship, or anything like that. But finances, yes, let's heal our finances. And so I have that there. I'm looking for the little it's over here because it didn't cost too much money, but my son bought me these light bulbs. And let me see if I can make it do something really neat. Look. I don't know what I would use red for, but I kind of do.
I don't know.
It's a mood. That red is a whole mood.
Lady.
So I've got 9 colors, and it does different things. I don't know what these other buttons do. I like orange too. That's orange. This is a good. That's yellow. But this, you guys, is I have white lampshades, and I just put black in. So is that, I don't know what that is. Purple. Okay.
That's pretty.
Purple, violet. this is if I wanted to contact, you know, go up and contact God or my and talk to my spirit guides. You guys always go with the purple. That's the high vibration. But I just go in with the money.
Go with the
There we go.
money. Go with the
Go
money.
with the money. So even my tablecloth here has suns and stars on it, and moons. And I like to just keep that vibe around. And I will do a tour someday because I have acquired really different kind of things. I have antique tables and crystal balls. I have candelabras filled with dried thyme, bushes in it and stuff. So I have all kinds of crazy stuff in here. But it's neat because, I can't wait to go out thrifting again.
Yes,
Do
yes.
clear the energy before you go get it. But I did find a little kind of Eskimo guy, and he's full of numbers underneath. They're marked numbers and stuff on him. And I think he's got seals around him, or he's got whatever. And I just felt compelled to bring him home, and I set him up on a cabinet, and I had someone visiting, a medium, and I walked in, and she was talking to it. He's so happy to be here. He thanks you for letting him live here. And I was like, okay, it's like I didn't get a demon or anything in there,
Yeah.
So anyway, you have to be careful about some of that stuff that you bring home. For sure.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? That one, what is it? Is it the Salvation Army or what is it? That thrift store.
Goodwill?
By your house. Yeah, by your house. They're open.
Goodwill. I know, but I have not, you guys, as of today, I have not been in a store or around anyone in 365 days. That's a year. It's a year for me today.
True story.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm in it to win it. That's what I tell everyone. I'm a very, very strong person. And I knew this doing readings all through last spring. And especially at the very beginning of doing April, I knew April of 2021. I'm in. I knew that till April 2021, you are going to be in. And so I worked towards that goal. And then one of my sons decided to be in, and my husband. So, I said, and now we're so tempted, but I go, no, we've come this far. And so people are like always calling or saying, come on, well, let's go have lunch or whatever. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm seriously serious about this. I've got kids that I want to live for.
Yeah.
And I saw everything coming. I was so, you guys, Carla, you know how I was about November.
Absolutely.
From when I saw in April of November, I was screaming on almost every show I did, please, we suffer big losses. It's starting in the mid to end of November. Be careful. And so I knew going in it was going to be this way. It's been it hasn't been hard for me. I almost feel like I was meant to go through a pandemic or this. I'm good in emergencies and stuff. I procured everything we needed. It was damn expensive. To this day, I keep going. They keep jerking the prices up on groceries. And I go, oh my gosh. But, I was just blessed to be able to do delivery, to have things delivered, curbside pickup when I felt good about that. But boy, this has been a long time. I'm so ready to get it out because really, I just told my husband yesterday, I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to hit every single thrift store in San Diego when this is over. I gotta. Oh my gosh, I am. But we do have to, watch, especially if we're going to use it in magical practices. You have to watch it. Now, I have a wand, and I know a lot of people might, buy one, a Harry Potter one or whatever they want. But I simply went out to a rose bush and I cut mine. It's like having a switch off of it. And I did take the thorns off because I always get scratched.
But what do you think of that? That's a really good idea, rose bush.
Because your roses, anything that has thorns, is protective.
Mhm.
Your holly, I have a great big thing of holly. You know, they have aloe vera.
Mhm.
It got me the other day. It
Yeah.
did. It actually lodged into my finger right here and went in, and you're supposed to be a healing plant.
I
Don't hurt
know,
me.
right? Oh my
But when it
goodness.
dries, the top will get to be like a needle. And
Yeah.
so I go around usually and just all my succulents like that, and I just cut the tops off because I know I'm going to get in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it gets you, and then you just strip it and
I know. I was
put
gonna
it
say
on.
it punctured you and healed you at the same time.
Yes, hallelujah. I mean, it's true though. It's true.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
but
my
a
God.
rose bush, the bloom is very loving, and you can use that for all your love rituals, anything to beautify and love. But the rest of it, you go, it had thorns, people. This is something you can use as powerful magic for protection,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's why I use rose water. So lots of stuff. You know, I wrote the book on protection, you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Protective Magic. You can buy it at Amazon or Barnes and Noble. It's everywhere. But the thing is that you can, you know, just find things, stones or whatever. But I do love getting the crystal balls and all kinds of different things like that, and the odd things. I get so many odd things. So Wednesday, we're filming a video. And so I have a lot of fun things that are going to be in the video. And so we're going to go through the artwork. Like I have this lady, and some guy did this, and it had a companion pieces on the sides, and I missed getting those. But I got the main picture where there's this person with no face and holding their own heart in their hand. They
Oh.
took it out of their chest. And I go, perfect for a movie sets, you know? And since we were going to film a movie, um, a year, you know, a year ago, I told everybody to go home. A year ago, I finished up. We were planning. We had a SAG crew. We had the producer from Hollywood. We're going to do a reality show on me, and we had all these beautiful girls. The name of the show, if we do, it's called Young Coven, because I had these young, beautiful girls, Spanish speaker, and we had the one in college, and we had the rock and roller, just everybody. And they all came and they wanted to form a coven, and they wanted a mentor.
How
And I said, what
fun.
a great reality show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But then when COVID
Absolutely.
hit, I said, you guys,
This is the coven you got.
Yeah. Right.
yes, there we go. So, but it was fun, you know, getting things for the set. And so I'm going to be putting them in this video that we shoot.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
Yeah.
can't wait. You guys
How
will have it
fun.
on. I went in with Cinemason Productions, and they're going to be doing. It's COVID, and I don't get out. And they're saying, "Okay, we'll come over." No, so well, we're going to film it. No, and I said, "You're going to edit, and you can film your green screen stuff." But I said, "I know it's in my head of what to do." So I did a storyboard. My son drew all the pictures, and I wrote all the dialogue. And then we start shooting Wednesday. So it's gonna be
Right.
So
fun.
exciting.
We'll see. I said the campier the better, please.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, you know, there's a lot of different things that you can use to keep yourself safe. I know a lot of you love your crystals, so get to know them and clear them, put good energy into them, and then also read up on it. We have somebody talking to us.
Sorry.
It's a goblin child, right?
Miss Sassy.
My little
That-
goblin. I gotta let him out.
Or Mr. Sassy, I should say. He's off.
Well, we can call it a familiar. We
There
can
we go.
also. I love to call them goblin child.
Oh,
Goblin children.
Yeah.
So,
Kate said that she has the little fairy doors in the garden. I've always loved the fairy doors.
I did it too. There was a stump that got cut off of a tree, and it was in the yard. And I went over, and I guess I had the boys help me, and I put it at the front walkway, but in the dirt. And I ordered a solar kit of the steps and the door and the windows
Mhm.
and the chimney, everything, and it lit up. it was solar, and at night
Oh,
it would
that's so
light
nice.
up, and we put little pebble path to
Uh-huh.
it and little trees. We bought the little Michael's trees and put it around. And then I took care of this darling little girl from Poland. And I was an international type of nanny. So Italian, Polish, you name it. So I told her, I said, let's see if the fairies are in. Knock on top.
Yeah.
And so to forever, she would come in, before she got picked up, and she would go over and knock, knock, knock. They're Debbie, they're not coming. I said, they're sleeping. They're going to be so busy, you know, helping with the Yuletide coming, that they have to get their sleep. But
Yeah.
knock on top of the door. I mean, on the stump
Yeah.
to wake them up. It was so cute. I'd love to have that. Kate says she has one rose with no thorns. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one to get.
Rose, no thorns. Nice.
Bridget, Gail Young, tomorrow we're going to be on at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, and it's going to be 1 hour free reading. So please come on that day. If you can't, on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Psychic Fixes. And thank you guys. A few people said they followed. We're doing really good with our follows now. And Carla, you have a post reach of your show that you just did that was well over 300 people.
Really? Oh
Yes.
my God.
I was like, your Saturday show.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like me. You really like me.
And you did it with 2 shares. And you have gotten a huge, and I think you've had up to 11. No, Lady T had like 11 shares. You've had a lot of shares. Last time it was 2. And I was like, every time I look at it, see, these go out to the ethers or whatever,
Yeah.
and they keep getting watched. And we're on YouTube. Cathis is here. Hi, Cathis. So, they're on YouTube. They're on 2 different pages. And thank you guys for sharing. And we are going to get the goal that I've set. And I'm using the other side. I said, look, we've got a goal. That's a big one. And we're going to get those follows. And we're going to bring more practitioners in so people could come in anytime and see a live show on Psychic Fixes. Within a couple of hours, there will be a practitioner, a medium giving messages, a tarot reader, a crystal person. I'm looking for the crystal person, and I think it's going to be great.
That'll be lovely.
Bridget, we don't charge for our readings. But usually we have guests. Next week we're going to have fairies, and Zoe Soul will be on teaching the fairy language and talking about fairies. And but on Tuesdays we do free readings. On Fridays, free readings. Carla will do some time, if you have time at the end of your show on Saturday. So, and Carla's a medium. And so if you needed to connect with someone who's passed, Carla's the great person for that. I referred you to because we had somebody come in, Carla. So you guys, we're all available. And Kristen, you do oracle readings and you do readings, tarot readings, right? You have your own tarot decks and everything.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I made my own decks. I've got one right here. There's the Sacred Creation Tarot.
They're very lovely.
Oh, is that beautiful?
Sacred Creation Oracle. Thank you. Yes, I just am crazy about them. I'm actually designing another one right now. And it's based off of Gothic literature.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put me in, Coach.
We like that. We like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I think the beginning of Gothic literature, it really had its its genesis during a time when it wasn't super popular to talk about, darker things in, polite Victorian society. And, people had to have a way to kind of decompress their darker emotions. And so a lot of that came out with the popularity of Gothic literature. So there's a lot of connection between like the psyche and Gothic literature and, psychology and spirituality. So just trying to connect the dots right now and put it together. But yeah, it should be out pretty soon.
It's gonna be nice.
Definitely.
You know what I love? She is so educated.
Yes, good stuff. Good stuff.
Love it. And you guys, everybody here has got such great intuitive abilities and gives great advice. So on all our shows, you know, we love to give you all the information that we can. And so this week I will do some pop-up YouTube readings, free readings. They're going to only be like a 30-minute thing, but I'm going to start doing it. And I'm doing a film for my Patreon account. And if I'm going to get that going, it's going to be successful so that I can come on Monday through Friday and do free readings, maybe twice a day or more, because it's so important to make sure that everybody has access to really good readings. Well, you can book all of us for private readings. The free readings, though, we do pretty darn good at getting the message out. Nana's good.
Yeah. My grandmother chimes in right away. She's ready for tomorrow. She's like, I'm ready. She's like,
Nana, I need a good night's sleep.
Yeah, she's like, I'm ready. I know, that's why she's just kind of like, how come you're not doing this more often? Because, you know, I work a lot, and she's like, you know, I have fun. I have more fun doing this. I'm like, I know, Nana, but, you know.
Kristen, anytime you want to come in and do your tarot, or you want to do an oracle reading, or intuitively throw your 2 cents in, we'd love to have you.
Well, fun.
Great, grateful. So, and we love doing that. Hi, Cassandra. I'm looking at these people popping in. This is great. But it is time for us to go. I'm looking at the clock here. And I hope that it helped you guys to know what we carry and what we have with us. I don't, you know, I'm not putting the 20 in my wallet or my bra, but
not yet.
You know what? I do feel like, I will say this. I do feel like when you're working with energy, if you can give to someone, whether it's advice or money, you see someone. I used to, and I taught my kids I used to have this thing. I worked for the government, and I had developed this thing where we fed the homeless, and we'd get together and we'd make vegetarian food, and we go down and do that. So I always made sure that my kids were involved in donating a whole meal to someone on the street or whatever. But I do feel like it's a good thing for you to feel inside, to donate, to do that. And most definitely in the times that we're living in, that you know, Carla and Kristen and I and Lady T and Griselle, we're all really dedicated to giving you validated information. I would not have anyone on my channel or on a show that, you know, doing their own show that wasn't validated in what they tell you. And so we're here to help, and we will, you know, always be here. But we're going to just do that, bump it up more and more. And we'll get really good quality people to come in and, you know, entertain you and help you out. And so we're going to take off. So, Kristen, thank you. You have a couple of last words here.
No, I don't think I do. I just, you know, wish everybody good health, happiness, and prosperity. And thank you so much for having me tonight. It's so nice to be part of I know it's not the coven you wanted, but, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys.
Silver linings.
Okay, so don't click out of the studio yet, but we're going to go ahead and go off live. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. We love you.
We love you.